A man arrested after police say he pulled out a gun inside of this gym and tried to fire it. I'm Catherine Silver, your Seminole County community correspondent. We just got the 911 calls that led police rushing here this week. The sign on the door is clear. No firearms are allowed inside this Crunch Fitness. But police say on Tuesday, Winston Medley brought a gun.
Guy with the gun.
There's a guy with a gun inside?
I'm going to try to catch up with him.
Okay.
He's running down 434 now.
You're hearing the call to 911 after police say witnesses told them Medley confronted a group of guys exercising. He allegedly told them they're weak and should lift more. Later, Medley is accused of coming up to one of them and pointing a gun directly in his face.
Never had any situations like that happen before. That's pretty surprising, honestly.
Our News 6 team spoke with gym members about the unexpected event that unfolded during the morning workout. The arrest report says the only reason why the gun didn't go off was because a witness said it looked like it jammed. The report also says what Medley told police about what happened. He said he, quote, does not play with firearms, and the object in his hand seen on the gym's security cameras was a king-size Snickers bar.
Winston Medley.
Yes, sir.
Medley was denied bond at a hearing Wednesday. He is facing 4 charges. 2 of them are capital felonies.
There's an allegation of attempted murder.
We're also learning that Medley is a 4-time convicted felon in North Carolina who never should have had a weapon. Investigators believe that the attempted murder was premeditated because they say the security cameras here got him going back to his car after the initial confrontation and going back inside about 10 minutes later and pulling out that gun.
So how do we get from, I'm trying to understand how we get from you confronting a group of men, telling them, yeah, you weak for lifting that weight, to you going outside to your car. They might have said something crazy. They might have said something back to you. You go out to your car, go get your gun, come back in there and put it to somebody's head. And I guess through God's grace, the gun jammed because you would have killed somebody right in the middle of the floor. There are some evil, crazy people in this world, y'all. Let's go over into this next video, see if they give us any more details.
Martha, developing at 5, a Seminole County man faces life in prison. He is accused of trying to kill people who were working out at a Crunch Fitness gym. Police say the gun fortunately malfunctioned and prevented anyone from getting hurt or killed. This happened at the Crunch Fitness off of State Road 434 in Altamont Springs. Channel 9's Nick Pampantonis is live outside the gym. Nick, investigators say he planned this shooting, right?
Yeah, they say he was working out at this gym, left the gym, and then came back carrying a bag with his gun inside of it. Witnesses also say he was taunting the people. He then tried to shoot.
There's an allegation of attempted murder.
35-year-old Winston Medley will remain in jail until at least April, following a wild day at this Crunch Fitness gym. Police say Medley came to work out mid-morning and spent time calling other gym goers weak. When they asked him to stop, he became offended. Police say security cameras caught Medley leaving the gym, grabbing a backpack with a gun in it, and then going back into the gym, where witnesses say he pointed it at a person's head and tried to pull the trigger several times. The gun didn't fire.
Never heard of anything like this before.
Absolutely crazy that something would happen in a community like this.
This is not Medley's first time in trouble with the law. North Carolina court records show he had a criminal record starting when he was 17 years old for breaking and entering and stealing guns. He's been caught before for unlawfully carrying a gun because he was a felon. After he spent time in federal prison for identity theft, he unsuccessfully begged the judge to be let out early, saying, "I will follow all the rules." The gym has a rule: no guns allowed.
They have cameras everywhere. You don't think you're gonna get caught? Or like, do you just not care?
I talked to a former neighbor of Medley's. He moved a couple of months ago, but she told me he was always polite, very well dressed, and never caused any problems. Live in Altamont Springs, Nick Pampantonis, Channel 9.
There are some stupid, evil people in this world, and you have to be prepared. You truly have to be prepared. Like I said, it just went from him calling other people weak. It's not like they called him weak and he got upset. No, he called them weak. And when they told him to stop, he got upset. He got upset and then he went to his car, thought about it, went to his car, came back in and tried to pull the trigger at someone's face. Let's go over to the AI breakdown, y'all, because let's just see what else we can find out from this whole thing. The world is a crazy place. So in the recent incident on the 17th, Winston, a 35-year-old four-time convicted felon, was arrested for allegedly attempting to shoot a fellow gym member at the Crunch Fitness in Florida. The confrontation reportedly began after Medley insulted a group of men by calling them weak for the amount of weight they was lifting. After the initial argument, he briefly walked away, but returned minutes later, pulled a gun from his waistband and pointed it at one of the victims. Witnesses and surveillance footage indicates that he pulled the trigger multiple times, but the firearm failed to discharge. He appeared to fiddle with the weapon as if it was jammed before reholstering it and fleeing the scene. So following a brief pursuit, Medley was apprehended near the State Road 400. When questioned by the police, he initially claimed that the object he pulled out was a king-size Snickers bar. Yeah, this man gotta be stupid. He later changed his story, claiming that it was a fake gun he used only to scare people. So he is currently being held without bond and faces multiple charges. So attempted first-degree premeditated murder, possession of a weapon by a convicted felon, and tampering with evidence for allegedly disposing the firearm. So I want to know more about his criminal past. So the 35-year-old four-time convicted felon, he has federal identity theft and fraud. So back in 2018, he was involved in a federal case. He pleaded guilty. Carjacking. He's got recent attempts for a compassionate release in 2020. And he has current firearm charges because of the prior felony convictions. World is a dangerous place. There are too many people with guns who can't control their emotions. Too many people who think that just pulling the trigger and killing someone is, I guess, easy. And just don't care about what happens. And then we got stupid people out there who try to say, oh, no, it was just a king-size Snickers bar. What is the world coming to, y'all? What is the world coming to? At the end of the day, I always say this. Be careful who you interact with, because you never know when someone can be just an evil, crazy person who you weren't even insulting them. You were just trying to tell them to leave you alone. They get upset and then go pull a gun. And another thing, always, if somebody just be like, wait right here. I don't know if that's what he said, but this is just to keep everybody in the loop. If someone says, wait right there, I'll be right back. Don't stay there. That's at the end of the day, don't stay there. But this is a crazy situation. We'll keep up with this. But let me know your thoughts on this situation, and let me know if you disagree with anything I said.